Catching up with the South Carolina head coach before the game, one of the things Coach talked to me about before the game was just how important it is to get back on track. This team is on a losing streak here, but they know they are better than what their record shows. He said if we can get out to an early start, set the tone, we are going to be just fine. He's challenged his team to focus better and communicate early in this ball game. I'll let you know how it looks from down here on the field. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Canes ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The run inside. It's Clark. Makes it past the marker. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They go play action with Sellers. Bringing the heat. He's going to run it. At the 45 on his way. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one they were going to have their hands full trying to slow down this athletic quarterback. That time, they had their eyes in the wrong place. Quarterback got to the perimeter on the right, and it was just too late. Big gainer for the O.
Running inside, it's Clark. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Bennett. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Sellers. Looking for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a scoring toss from the 33. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Mensah to throw. Looking deep. Working on the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. And the Canes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Sends it back in motion. On the run, it's Fletcher. At midfield, he's got room. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The run inside. It's Fletcher. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down momentum, and get the football back.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. On the move. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. That's a good spot on the field to go for it. Really, everything to gain and not much to lose.
Yeah, and most coaches discuss or know pregame warm-ups, how far their kickers can kick it. Do I have a boot to even consider this? But I think you want to stay aggressive regardless and go try to get extra points.
And the Hurricanes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. On the draw, it's Fletcher. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. They think themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football.
Makes the grab in their space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Gets the back moving. Run in the red zone, it's Fletcher. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Hurricane!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Looking for blockers. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Running inside, it's Clark. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It is changed.
That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And the Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here. Sellers on the play action. Throwing right. Oh, sticks that big mid up there and grabs it.
I'll tell you what, this receiver's not that tall, but because of that one-handed catch, he just showed you a massive catch radius. Wow.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. Maybe a crease. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They'll stop play here as they have a look at this injured Gamecock. And he'll bring it back. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, but that's where his offense will go to work. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Mensah fires downfield. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
On the move. He's there to make the stop.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Cradles it at the 35. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's Sellers to throw. Going deep. Grabs it inside the 15. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Running the red zone. It's Clark. And he's in. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mensah. The sure hands, it's Fletcher. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They're setting up the target. The defense was right there.
A lot of times on 3rd and long, you're not thinking blitz. You're thinking they're going to sit back in zone and play conservative. They blitz, kind of break tendency, get to the quarterback. He gets the screen off. But, man, great job by this defense. Not just flying upfield, not paying attention, and letting them catch that screen behind them. That's a big stop on 3rd and long.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The run inside, it's Clark. Picks up the 1st down. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The Gamecocks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Play fake, Sellers. He'll take a shot. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He'll try to take it back. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as his defense is hungry for turnovers.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Here's Mensah to throw. The short hands, it's Vaughn. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Free yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll move the tight end. To the air on first down. Scrambling away. He's got his man. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit.
Catch inside the 25. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The offense changing the play. Mensah. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Up to throw. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to add another. PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A 69-yard touchdown drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Calls his own number. Jukes his way for more. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 5 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's the Bulldogs with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better to continue to run roughshod over the opposition. They're now 9-1 on the season.
The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
That's caught. It's Vaughn. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Running inside. It's Fletcher. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Tight end now in motion. Makes the grab on 3rd. Turning it on. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And this can happen on those 3rd and shorts, man. A lot of times, everybody expecting run, ball out, receiver making the play. That's all you got to do, man. Break a few tackles. All of a sudden, you turn a quick throw into a big gain, and that's a big 3rd down conversion.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Powers through the defender. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run the counter. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Makes the grab. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points. Extra point here will tie the game. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. The run inside. It's Clark. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Tuggle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Running inside, it's Clark. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long, and here on